Hello everyone, it's Matt here again, and we have another unboxing video. It should be a pretty quick one, because it's just one one box, one record, but it's one that I've been hoping that Mobile Fidelity would release for quite some time, because they have a CD release of it, which tends to go for a decent amount of money, but I don't believe they had ever issued this on vinyl. So I will show you what it is. Open this up. There we go. Now, some people got theirs 2 or 3 days ago. Mine just arrived now, literally 5 minutes ago from FedEx. So I will show it to you. And it is one of my all-time favorite albums. And that is Simon Garfunkel, Bookends. Now, like I say, there's been a CD that's been available for some time. But the vinyl, I don't think Mobile Fidelity had ever had an issue of Bookends on vinyl. They had several other Simon Garfunkel albums, or at least a couple. There's one I got recently, which is Bridge Over Troubled Water, which sounds really good. I also picked up Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme a few months ago, I think. Yeah, this was the big kahuna for me. It's my favorite Simon Garfunkel album. I think it's, I'd say it's in, if not my top 3, certainly my top 5 favorite albums of the 60s. So that does mean, yes, I think it's better than quite a few Beatles albums. Yeah, it's just, to me, it's just an absolute masterpiece. It really is. Now, one thing that's a little bit interesting is usually, and if we go back to looking at Bridge Over Troubled Water, usually at the top, it'll say original master recording. That is typical with these Mobile Fidelity releases. That's not the case here. This one says Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. Now, that says to me, and I haven't really looked into it, but that says to me that this might not be using the original master tapes. And I'm just trying to see if it says. It doesn't. Anyway. So it's a limited edition of 4,000. I've got a pretty low number here, 329. I did ask for number 1968, I think it was when this was released, but no, it didn't happen. So right, this is why I'm looking at the. So if you look down here, it shows you the steps, you know, mixing, mastering, whatnot. So this actually is sourced from a 15 inches per second analog copy. Okay. And then it's gone through the DSD-256 system, which is a digital system, which is where all that controversy started a few years ago, into an analog console, and so on. It's a little bit funny in a way, because to me, why bother with the analog console if you've now already digitized the sound? But there we go. Maybe there's some other advantages to it that I'm not aware of. All right, let's take the top off of this, like that. Pull that off gently. In fact, I'll probably just replace the entire sleeve. Sometimes I'll keep these sleeves, but this one, it's cut so close to the top of the vinyl, and there's no hype sticker or anything, so there's really no benefit in keeping that. And let's have a look at what's inside. Hold that out. Okay. All right. Yeah, the original did come with a poster, so I guess, at least I think it did. So at least this appears that this one does too. Oh yeah, I remember it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that is the same as the original. It's really big, so I'm kind of holding it up here, but so that's nice to have. Very cool. And the only other thing that's in here is the record. The old Mobile Fidelity records, you would sometimes get another insert which explained more about the whole mastering process and so on. But anyway, here we go. Bookends, side 1 and side 2. Now I do already have Bookends on vinyl, which I'll show you guys in just a second. Let me just put this back in here. I have a US first pressing right here, which I'll take out the sleeve. So it's still in the shrink with the hype stickers on, which you would think maybe would make this something of a rarity, but it's really not. You find quite a few of these on eBay. Pretty much at any given time, there's a few of them on there with the hype stickers, so it's really not that uncommon. I don't know why. Maybe people kept them for some reason, but you'll notice that this does say that special bonus full color poster included. So I think I do have the poster in this one. Yeah, I do I? Yeah, I do. Right there. Now the original, of course, this is on the nice red Columbia 2i label from back in the day. Apologies for the glare right there. And it's a good sounding record. I do find that quite a lot of 60s records, providing they weren't played to death on some of the I don't know, let's say slightly inferior turntables of the day, a lot of the stuff that, you know, teenagers would listen to and whatnot, I do find that they sound really good, and they actually hold up really well to scratches. I'm just trying to give a couple of examples. Oh, so yeah, like I have a copy of With the Beatles, which is, I think, a second pressing, but at a glance, you would think it wouldn't play that great because it's got a lot of surface marks on it, nothing deep, but it actually plays really nice. You don't really hear any crackle or anything, and no skips. So I found that with other albums too, that they often hold up pretty well. So anyways, I will be interested to give this a listen. I'm going to listen to it right now, and we're going to give it a little comparison. I'm not going to play any because, you know, the whole copyright thing and whatnot, but I'll give you my thoughts on it. And so I guess I'll be back in around 30 or so minutes after I've given a listen to the Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab pressing of Bookends. So stay tuned. Okay, so we are done listening to it, and I have to say I'm really impressed at how good this sounds. So and I did do a quick comparison with that US first pressing as well, just to kind of get a good sense of where this is in terms of audio quality, and I think this is better. I mean, especially considering it's using a copy. And by the way, I took a look at Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme, which was the other Mobile Fidelity Simon Garfunkel release on vinyl, and that also has Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, so it's also a copy as well. But in any event, this sounds great. It's super punchy, way more punchier than the first pressing. I mean, it's noticeable. It's louder. The bass hits more, and the stereo separation was great. And of course, as usual from Mobile Fidelity, really nice, clean, quiet vinyl as well. So I would really recommend this. Go check on the Mobile Fidelity website, see if you can still order it. It was limited to 4,000 copies, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean all 4,000 were sold out on pre-order. I expect they still have some. Because, yeah, I do think that probably this will become somewhat scarce, given how few that they've pressed this time, or any time, because this is the only time they've pressed it on vinyl. But, you know, some of their releases, they pressed 8,000, 10,000, sometimes more than that. But this was limited to just the 4,000. So, yeah, I would go see if you can get it. If you're a fan of Simon Garfunkel, if you like the Bookends album, even if you already got a copy, like I do, I think it's still worth the price. Just to hear it sound this clear and this punchy was quite something. Again, particularly coming from a copy. I assume it was probably a first generation copy, but a copy nonetheless of the original master tape. Really, really impressive what they've done with this release, and yeah, I really can't recommend it enough. I was listening to it on headphones, which I kind of like doing especially for a first listening, because I don't know, I like the sort of the closeness that the headphones gives you, and you can sometimes get a better idea of like stereo separation, not always, but sometimes, as far as headphones go. I had it going through the little headphone tube amp as well, which I also did when comparing the US first pressing, just to kind of compare like for like as far as the equipment being used. And yeah, I think this sounds better. I don't have a UK first pressing, unlike, for example, Bridge Over Troubled Water, where I actually do have a UK pressing. But so I can't compare that. But as far as the US pressing is concerned, if you can find this at a good price, and again, it might be one of those that becomes fairly scarce and starts going for silly money, but hopefully not. But well, hopefully for my investment it does. But you know what I mean. But in terms of people being able to actually experience this, hopefully hopefully they have stock for a little while and people can go and buy it and listen to it. So, all right, that's my review. Mobile Fidelity pressing of Simon Garfunkel's Bookends. Thank you, as always, everybody, for watching. I always appreciate everybody who comments and subscribes. And until next time, thanks again. Bye-bye.